So the paper we're diving into today is Lawson's Rational Wager versus Pascal's Wager, a comparative analysis, written by Joey Lawsin. I have to say, this one really got me thinking about all those late-night college debates on God, morality, and meaning.
Yeah, I know. It's like, remember when everyone suddenly thought they could outsmart Pascal after that one intro philosophy class? But Lawson's approach, it really reframes the whole wager idea. The core question here, if I'm reading Lawson right, is whether we should live ethically because it's rational and fulfilling in itself, rather than for some possible divine reward. That's kind of huge, right?
Today, Pascal's Wager, which is from the 17th century, basically says, look, if there's even a chance God is real and heaven exists, believing is your safest bet. It's practical, but it kind of puts self-interest at the center, like covering your bases just in case you die and, the universe is handing out eternal prizes or punishments.
But Lawson flips that on its head. His wager isn't even about hedging bets on God. It's like, live well and do good for its own sake. If there's a God, great, your goodness stands. If not, your life is still meaningful. What I found interesting is that he draws from Kant, Mill, even Aristotle, basically a whole tradition of secular ethics. He's saying our morality doesn't have to wait on supernatural instructions.
Exactly. It centers reason, happiness, and ethical action as the goal, not belief. The contrast is so clear when you break it down. Pascal says, wager on belief. Lawson says, wager on behavior. And if you think about it, Lawson's wager applies whether you're religious, spiritual but not religious, or, just agnostic and tired of arguing at Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Or tired of people trying to save your soul over pumpkin pie. But I like how Lawson's assumes that goodness has its own rewards in this life. Like, even if there's no cosmic judge handing out gold stars, you still got personal fulfillment, better relationships, maybe a little legacy. I wonder, though, do you think the argument loses urgency without the threat of punishment? Like, does it motivate people as much?
That's a good point. The carrot and stick of Pascal's approach they're powerful psychological levers. But I think Lawson is tapping into something deeper, like intrinsic motivation. Living ethically because it actually makes your life better, not just because someone's keeping score. It feels a little bolder, if that makes sense. It puts more responsibility on us, though.
For sure. And the paper points out that Lawson's wager sidesteps all those "but what if you bet on the wrong God" arguments. It's less exclusive, less speculative, which sort of makes me think about how, people still play the lottery even though rationally they know they probably won't win. Maybe it's kind of the same with existential wagers. Sometimes it's about hope, sometimes about habit.
Right? Oh, and there's this bit in the paper about how Lawson's approach aligns with secular humanism and existentialism. So it's really tuned into modern life, where not everyone shares a religious background, but everyone still wants purpose. Reminds me, kind of randomly, of when you try to eat healthier because it's good for you, not just because your doctor tells you to. Like, the motivation shifts from extrinsic to intrinsic.
Perfect analogy. So basically, what this paper suggests isn't that one approach is the absolute answer, but more like it's expanding the conversation. Research is here to give us more tools to figure out for ourselves what a meaningful life looks like.
Yep, and it's worth remembering that academic work isn't some final word from on high. It's about asking more interesting questions. Whether you find Pascal or Lawson more convincing probably says as much about you as it does about philosophy.
So maybe we all take a bit from both. Bet on goodness because it matters, but keep questioning why. That's probably as close to certainty as we're going to get.
Couldn't agree more. Well, here's to thoughtful wagers, whatever you believe.